Now we are discussing the nature and scope of business economics. In the previous class, we have discussed the introduction to business economics. What is business economics? What are the characteristics of business economics? Let us recall the definition of business economics. Business economics is the integration of economic theory with business practices for the purpose of facilitating decision making and forward planning. We are combining the theory of economics with business practices for the purpose of facilitating the managers to take the decisions correctly and also to look forward into the future. So, business economics is the combination of two concepts, economic theory and business practices. We have to integrate, we have to combine, or we have to connect these two concepts, then we can call it as business economics. And another name for business economics is managerial economics. So, we have already discussed the introduction of business economics. Now, we will study about the nature of business economics. Nature of business economics means what it is all about. So, you don't have to get confused between the characteristics and nature, because characteristics are the salient features of that particular topic. Suppose characteristics of business economics means what are the future features of that business economics. So, nature of business economics also may cover same points, but nature is normally what it is all about in a short and brief points. So, nature of business economics. First one is microeconomic foundation. Micro means small in nature. MICRO, micro. Micro means small in nature, and MACRO, macro means big in nature. So, microeconomics. So, managerial economics or business economics is micro in nature because it studies only for principles focusing on individual firms, industries or market. We don't study the entire country. We don't study the entire population. We only study about a particular firm. A firm means a company. We study a particular company or a particular industry, suppose a textile industry or a cement industry or a particular market only. We don't study the entire population, we don't study the entire economic. So, the nature of business economics, if someone asks you, you can say clearly that the nature of business economics is micro in nature because it studies only individual firms, individual markets and individual industries. Second one is applied economics. It is not a complete theoretical economics, it is a applied economics because it just not only utilize the theoretical concepts of economics but also utilizes its practical and applied discipline concerned with real world business problems and decision making. We have economic theories in the economic subject, but those theories may not be practically useful in the real world, but business economics takes into consideration only those concepts and techniques which are concerned with the real world business problem. Real world business problems is what is the sales, what should be the budget, what should be the profit, how to decrease the cost of production, how to increase the returns on investment. These are the problems of the business world. So, to solve these problems, it applies the theory of economics with the help of statistical and mathematical techniques. So, applied economics is a second nature of business economics. And normative and positive analysis. There are two concepts, normative and positive. Normative studies what should be done and positive study what it is. Suppose the poverty rate of a particular country is 25%. It means 25% of the population is poor. So, if we are studying how much of the population is poor. What is the rate of the poverty? It is saying 25%. So we are using the positive analysis. But if we analyze the causes of poverty and we want to give a judgment, we want to give an opinion that what should be the rate actually, it should be below 5% or it should be 0% poverty, everyone should be above the poverty line. If you are giving judgment like this, then we call it as normative analysis, because we are saying what should be done rather than what it is. In economics theory, purely it studies what it is, but in business economics we study what should be done also. Like suppose in a particular business, suppose the sales is 1 lakh per month, then we can say that positive analysis. But if we want to increase the sales to 1,50,000 or 2 lakh per month, then we are using the normative economics, because we are giving judgment what should be done to increase the sales. And another one is interdisciplinary in nature. Interdisciplinary, there are several disciplines in the field of education, like economics, mathematics, psychology, physiology, research, operational research. These are different fields. So managerial economics is not focused on a single discipline. It takes into account multiple disciplines like economics, mathematics, statistics, and operation research. Economics is the theoretical parts of the economics, mathematical, LPP problems, linear programming, and queuing theory, simulation techniques, and statistical we have regression analysis, we have time series analysis. These are the statistical technique. And operation research, we have the various kind of problem solving techniques like transportation problem, assignment problem, and project solving problem. Many kinds of help we can take from the field of operation research, which is also useful in economics. So it is a interdisciplinary in nature. And another is dynamic and adaptive. Since we know that we have to keep on moving with the market changes, we cannot be fixed and rigid. If the market is changing, situation of the market is changing, then we have to adapt the changes. So business economics is very adaptive and dynamic, because it takes into consideration the dynamic nature of the market. Dynamic nature means there are several kinds of things we have to do in connection with the markets. We don't have any single task to do, we have multiple tasks. So we have to take into consideration number of tasks which we are connected to, and then need for firms to adapt to changing conditions and competitive pressures. We have already discussed that we are not a single company in the market. There are so many competitors are available. There is a pressure of the competition on the company. So we have to fight the competition, we have to compete with them, and we have to make success to our business. So to win the competition or to stay in the market, we have to adapt to the changes of the market. If the technology is changing, we have to adapt new technology, then only we can survive. So business economics is very dynamic and adaptive in nature.